Celebrity Dead, my G's. Hope you guys are all doing great. Got a cool tip today on creating some parallel drum distortion layers. And this is a bit of an old school DnB kind of technique. And it was brought again to my attention recently by my student Anti-Dode. Big ups to you, bro, from Bulgaria. And yes, so I wanted to show what the technique is and how one way that you can apply it to create a distortion layer for your drums. And you can apply this on your whole drum group or your whole break. So I've had a whole drum group already, and I've bounced out into one break, which sounds like this. And then I've created a distortion layer, which in its fullness sounds like this. But with a bit of EQing, I've taken out some of the low end on this. And here it's got this sort of low distortion rumble as well, which you can have in there if you like. So if you play them together, you got that sort of low distortion rumble in there. But if you want to take that out, I've got another EQ here, taking more of the low end out, and then I'm left with just the high end texture of the distortion layer. And then playing that together. If I take it off, back on, it's a great parallel layer to add like an extra boost of treble and brightness and character to the drums, like an extra 10 to 15% maybe, you know. If I play it along with something, so you can hear it, along with like another lead sound. This is a lead from my SERUM Rituals pack called Sharp Fury. That pack, by the way, is still on sale for the rest of this week until Sunday night. If I play the drums along with that, firstly without the layer, now with the layer, and let's do the version which has a bit of that low end rumble in as well. I actually prefer that. It's got much more character on like that. So again, off and on. So how do we make it? Well, basically it involves taking your drum break and distorting it with a sub bass and some white noise together. All right. So if I go back to my earlier work here, so what I've done is I've basically created a group. And in this group, I've got here my drum break. Let's turn off the effects on the group for a moment. So we've got the drum break pure. And then in the same group, I've created a vital patch with a sub bass and white noise. So all I've got turned on is the sine wave down here at -24. And some white noise here, which is going through a bit of a high pass filter as well. Okay, so together, that's how they are together, but we need to actually distort them together. So we're distorting the drums with the sine wave and the white noise all together, you know, so it's going to change the effect of the distortion. You can use any distortion really, but I've gone for the kilohertz distortion, the overdrive. Okay, now it's really gone crazy, right? If I take off that sub bass and white noise though, you know, that's where the difference lies. What the sub bass and the white noise does is it basically, it kind of slams it through the distortion with so much more ferocity in a sense that it ends up making the drums into something completely different, and it changes the harmonics of the drums quite a lot. Like they almost become unrecognizable, but you still got the kind of beat, you know, the main parts of the beat is still like, going along in the same rhythm, you know, it's just the harmonics are so different. And what you can do once you've got the distortion set up is you could play with the levels of the sub bass or the white noise to get different results. So So you basically set up where you think you've found a cool texture, you know? Anyway, yeah, I left it around there. And then for a little bit of extra stereo on that group after the distortion, so after the break's been smashed through the distortion with a sine wave and white noise, then I'm putting on a convolver after that to really bring it out into a stereo field, a tight convolution reverb, white blur, 50 milliseconds, really, really nice and tight. Now all these nice sort of textures that we made now, these like new kind of transients on the drums, like with different character, they're all being like amplified in the stereo field as well. And then basically we just render that out as a file. So bounce out the output of your track just like that. So that's what I've done. I've bounced out the result quite simply. And yeah, the result, as you saw, was, it's down here, this one. And then we just EQ it, as we did earlier, to fit with back with the original break again. And we can turn the level down a bit if we want. All right, let's play again with a little lead here. And even if I go for that more subtle version where I take some of the low end out, it still has a really great positive impact for the drums, especially in the high end, you know? So yeah, that's how you can do a creative parallel processing drum layer. By basically slamming your drums through distortion with the sine wave and white noise together and seeing how it forces the distortion to react and create something entirely new, and then layer that back in for extra texture, you know? Hopefully that's helpful and inspiring for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed that. That's it for me today. I may remind you as well, I've got loads of preset packs on my website. If you ever want any new SERUM ones on sale now for the rest of the week, as I mentioned earlier. There's another SERUM one on there as well, which is also great. Vital and phase plant presets. Vital and phase plant presets as well. Yeah, if you guys want mixing and mastering work done, email me, info@artifactmusic.com. And if you want any production lessons, you can book in via the links below. And come along and join me on Patreon. Support me on there. Really helps the channel a lot. And we've got a great Discord community as well over there. All right. Thank you very much for watching, my G's. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that. And let's try and get the channel up to 8K this year, or maybe even 10K. But 8K is a good thing to aim for, I think, this year. Anyway, that's it from me today. More from me very soon. Much love.